All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go. It's week 4. It's been a good first start to the season. We got 3 teams 3-0, a couple of teams 0-3. It's starting to separate a little bit. Got a bunch of teams in the middle there. I didn't do too well in my picks last week. I only went 1 for 5. So kind of brought me, I think I'm still 1 up. I was 4-2 the first 2 weeks, so not too bad. But yeah, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about football. So let's hop right in. So on the screen there, you'll have our current standings. With Dallas's big win last week, he jumped over me there by about 0.3 points. So Dallas is now in first place at 3-0, followed by myself and then Rob. Rob's about 53 points behind myself. So still staying up there in records, staying close on points for. He does have the third highest points for. So it's good for him being in third place. Next, we got 2 teams at 2-1. We have Jeremy and Ty. After that, we have 5 teams at 1-2. So we got Sunil. Then we have Dave, Wayne, Tom, and Jen. And then at 0-3, we have Evil, Buddies, and Richard at the bottom there. So, like I said, I got a couple of those wrong. I thought Richard was going to win. It didn't work out for me. I thought Wayne was going to upset Dallas, but Dallas put up like 217 points or something like that. So huge wins by those guys. Not really much to report this week. Again, no trades. I know I've been looking at offers. It's tough. We got a bunch of these running backs that got injured. Quarterbacks are getting injured. So I think we're all just kind of holding right now. In terms of free agent pickups, not much. There was 3 pickups that all went uncontested, so a bunch of fab wasted there. So yeah, just kind of one of those weeks in the middle. Okay, so we'll hop right into the matchups. First matchup, as always, is me. We got the battle of 2 undefeated teams in myself and Rob. Currently, I'm projected to win 175 to 158. It was a little bit lower yesterday at 174. I had Marvin Harrison and Trey Benson playing, who got just a little bit over projection there. So that's why there's that slight uptick. And Rob didn't have anybody going. So just quickly looking down the rosters, I got Baker Mayfield there, who's questionable. So hopefully he plays. Brian Thomas Jr., Abuka, I got Bijan. Ferguson should do well with no CeeDee Lamb. Chase, I'm a little nervous on. Denver's defense is pretty decent, so it might be another game like the Vikings game where he doesn't get much, so we'll see. Scatterboo's a nice surprise there. Hopefully he keeps going. James Cook's been outstanding for me, so I'm pretty pumped about those guys. I'll just keep in my Minnesota kicker. He's getting, 10 to 15 points every week. I'm not going to complain. And Ram defense has been pretty decent for me as well. So on Rob's side, we have, we got Herbert I like. AJ Brown could go either way. Amon-Ra looks good. Diggs is, a borderline third receiver. He's getting the ball, but, it's New England. They're still spreading it around quite a bit. Jacobs and Kamara should be good. Hawkinson maybe a little better, but with Addison back this week, it's hard to say. Javonte should be good. Coleman, again, Buffalo's another team that likes to pass it to everybody. Judkins has been good. I think he's probably going to outpace that 10 points there. I thought he looked really good last week. He's in a dome against Detroit. And then his star last week, Minnesota defense put up, I think they put up 41 points on their own last week there. So that's huge there for Rob. I think it'll be close. I think it'll come down to, does Brian Thomas, have another down week? Does AJ Brown have a down week, right? I think Jacobs and Kamara should get about projected. If Javonte gets 2 touchdowns, but they're playing Green Bay, but they're at home, so who knows? I think this might be Keon Coleman's game this week, just kind of the way it's been going. I think it'll be close for sure. I think we'll both be in that 170 range. I'm hesitant to pick myself because I don't want to jinx it, but I think I will edge this one out, and I will take me to beat Rob. Barely though, but I think I'm going to sneak that one out. Okay, next we have the Buddies versus Richard. Jay and Adam were originally 171 to 153, and after last night's game, now they're down to 169 to about 150 for projection. Kyler ended up with 17 points, so a little under projection, and Trey McBride was at 12, again, just a little bit under projection, so that's why those numbers went down. I do like Richard's receiving core of Lennon, Pittman, Olave. If Penix can get going again, I think Lennon will be okay. Ramondre's been all right. Tootin, you don't know, but he's got a questionable tag. He's been limited in practice. Flowers, Moore, and Jameson Williams should all be decent. So, like I said, I like Richard's receiving core. The buddies have got their running backs there in Achane and Williams and Pollard, right? So I do worry about Jefferson and Metcalf. Tetaroa has been pretty good in Carolina. He's listed as questionable, limited practice. This is as of today, so limited practice yesterday and today. But I'm assuming he'll play. I mean, he's the best receiver they got, so hopefully he plays. Jacoby Myers should be all right. Keenan Allen's been a stud, averaging, like that 15 points or so, right? Oh, 17 points. He's got 17 in 219 games. So, let's see here. It's got the Buddies to win, but I like Richard's team a little more. I think Cleveland will be tough. They played Green Bay tough last week, but this one will be at home for Detroit, so that'll be huge. I think that'll be big for Goff and Williams. Olave's looking good. Pittman and it's getting rolling. Yeah, see, 2 games at about 20 points. I'm going to give this one to Richard. I don't want to keep jinxing him, but I keep picking him and he keeps losing. But I do think Richard's going to win. I think they're both going to be around a 160 to 165 point range. I don't think Jefferson and Metcalf will be that great. Just the feeling, that's all. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to take Richard to win by, a couple points there. Okay, next up we got Jeremy and Ty. Just before this video aired, it came out again that Daniels was not playing, so worked out well because Jeremy has Caleb in his roster here. So originally they were pretty much bang on even for projection, and now Ty is slightly favored because JSN was a little under projection yesterday. So now Ty's up by about, 6 points? 7 points. So the battle of the 2-2-1 teams. See, overall, I like Caleb. I mean, it's in Vegas in a dome, so it might be loud. Who knows? I like Ladd, McConkey. Pearsall's been good. Harvey's been a little bit down, but he's a rookie, so I'm sure it'll come along. And then I like guys like Mooney, Aomanor, Franklin should be fine. For Ty, Addison back. I don't know how he'll fit in, so we'll see. Pitts has been decent. Genty's been a bit of a letdown. Krusky Merritt here. Is it going to be a McNichols game, a Rodriguez game? They all seem to get the ball last time. Bucky's been good and strong. Worthy's back, but I don't know, giving him 16 points right off the hop, I mean, that sounds pretty high. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I do think this is Matthew Golden week. This is the week he gets a touchdown. So yeah, so based on all that, I'm going to go with Ty. I think Ty's going to sneak this one out. Probably, yeah, about that 150 5-point range. I think that seems pretty reasonable. Okay, moving on. We got Dallas and Sunil. Dallas is projected to win 170 to 144. Kenneth Walker is basically at projection, so it's still just over 170 to the 144. This has changed. Since I got the news, McLaurin is also out here for Sunil, so they got him at 0, so he'll have to slide somebody in. Just quickly looking at his roster, he's got Juju, Demario Douglas, Jaden Higgins he could throw in there. Or maybe he drops one of them to pick up a receiver or a running back that's out there. So I'll give him like, 10 points extra on there. So we'll say it's 170 to 154, kind of as a projection. Let's see. I like Dallas's receivers here. Nico's been a stud. Puka, Rome have been great. Omarion Hampton should have a clearer way now, unfortunately, with Najee's injury. Joku, I think, will still be fine. Chubb, we'll see. That Woody Marks guy is getting a little bit more touches, so we'll see how much that cuts into Chubb's work. Cortland Sutton, we'll see. I think he had a little bit of a down. Oh, it's just the week before was a down week. So other than that, he's been fantastic. Yeah, and Sunil, I like Higgins, but again, it's tough when you got no Burrow. Adams has been like typical Adams. Henry and McCaffrey are studs. Andrew's been good. ETN's been fantastic. Dobbs, hard to say. Could go either way, either week with those receivers on that team, which is, is good for Green Bay. It's just bad for fantasy. And then Swift should be okay. He is a little banged up with a groin, so maybe Mononga gets a little bit more touches there. But, it's only Friday. We'll see what comes around on Sunday. But looking at those rosters, I like Sunil's running backs better. I think they're more top end, especially now with McLaurin out, right? That leaves a big hole there in the receiving core for Sunil. So, Dallas has just got top end receiver talent. How do you fight Nico, Puka, Rome, Cortland Sutton? So those are 4 great receivers, right? So I'm going to give this one to Dallas. Hopefully he doesn't put up 200 and some points again. Otherwise he'll be taking this another title here. Let's not let that happen. So I'm going to call Dallas to win this week. Maybe he'll get upset another week, but not this one. Okay, trying to move along here. Next up, we have Wayne versus Dave, the battle of 2 1-2 teams. They're pretty much bang on even, 2-point difference, 150 to 152. We'll see what Jackson Dart does there for Neighbors, but I think that could hurt Neighbors a little bit there for Dave. Jonathan Taylor's been, one of the best running backs in the league. Dobbins has been getting lots of work. Tillman's been hit or miss. Juwan Johnson, I think, is the #1 tight end in the league. Pickens should do fantastic in Dallas as the #1 receiver. Wayne, let's see. Lamar will do Lamar things. Hopefully Waddle can get another touchdown in there for Wayne, because that's been good for him. Shahid should do okay. Barkley's Barkley. Mason should get a big role this week. Tucker Kraft, he's banged up as well. What's wrong with him? Practice with tweaked his knee at practice. So hopefully he's ready to go. Hopefully that doesn't hurt him too much. Again, that's another team that passes the ball a lot, but he seems to be a good target there for Jordan Love. So Ertz is good. Naylor, it's hard now with Addison back. Maybe he could throw in. Maybe he can do some waiver wire guys. Look at maybe dropping Curtis Samuel, pick somebody up, get a couple extra points in there. But I'm going to give this one to Dave. I do like his team better. I do worry about Neighbors, Christian Kirk a little bit. But I think overall with Juwan Johnson, Jonathan Taylor, Dobbins, George Pickens, I think that's going to give the nod to Dave on this one. Okay, last matchup. We have 2 teams at 1 and 2. We have Tom versus Jen. Originally, Tom was favored about 150 to 135. Now Jen's down to 130. Cooper Cup was about 5 points less there than projection. Okay, let's go through quickly. Tom loses CeeDee Lamb, but he's still got a decent projection. So he's got Dak, Devonta. I like Debo has been good. Huge has been good. Chase Brown hopefully can get a little bit more rushing yards this week. I do like Travion and Tyler Warren. Wandale was a little down last week, but otherwise he should be around that 10 points every week. Kincaid's should be about the same. Turpin's a good couple weeks. It'll just see if he gets a touchdown maybe against Green Bay. I don't know. Maybe he will get more touches. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Dallas lineup there. He could always throw in Gainwell, who, if you wanted to. He's getting some work too, but I don't think he'll get the touchdown. So maybe Turpin is a good play there too. See, for Jen's got Jordan Love, Hill. I worry about De'Ami Brown. He was a little banged up last week. Gibbs has been good. Hall's been good. Hunter Henry's been good. David Montgomery's been good. Algier does fairly well. I don't know why. Oh, he only got one attempt last week. Huh. Oh yeah, but they only got 0 points. So that's probably a big chunk of why he only got 1 point last week. I was like, Algier usually does better than that. Trey Tucker, I don't know if he'll get, 42 points, 3 touchdowns, 9 targets, right? So, Boswell, Darlene's defense, not shabby. She's got some injuries and some suspensions on her bench. Maybe Jennings plays. She can toss him in there. Maybe give her a couple extra points if she needs. But as it stands right now, I will give this to Tom. Just again, a little bit overall better lineup. I like Henderson. I like Warren. I like Dak, because they're gonna have to throw the ball. Let's see. Yeah, I do like Love, Gibbs, Hall, Montgomery, Henry on Jen's team, but I just think Tom's team overall. Okay, and that was the end of it. So, quickly running down the list here, I picked myself to beat Rob. I picked Richard to beat the Buddies. Did I take Ty? I think I took Ty. I'll have to go back and check the tape, but I think I took Ty. I took Dallas. I took Dave, and I took Tom. So, hopefully I do better this week. It was a bad week last week. I'll double check who I took in that matchup, and I'll report it the right way. Anyway, if you stayed all the way to the end, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want to, don't have to. But anyway, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.